This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing. I'm joined by Amir Khan here in Abu Dhabi. Amir, you're in great spirits, which is good to see. How is life treating you?
Life's good, man. Honestly, it's nice to be retired now and happily moved on from the sport of boxing. Time to just relax and enjoy time with my family. Come to boxing as a fan now, watch the fights. Yeah, it's quite nice. You know, it's just quite nice to just move on and just never look back at the fights again. Knowing that I still love the sport, but I didn't love being punched in the face, if you get what I mean. Yeah, I mean, don't want to be in the sport myself, but I love watching it and stuff. But yeah, it's just nice to sit back and just chill now.
Have you sat back and watched any of your past fights now you are retired?
Not really, no. Believe it or not, I've never watched the Brook fight either. The rematch of the Brook, the last fight of Brook, me and Brook never watched it because I just knew that it was a bad performance, or not even a bad performance. I just didn't win, you know, and I just never bothered to watch it.
Because obviously the build up to that, does that still hurt, that loss to Kell?
It doesn't at all. I swear to God, not at all. I think the way I was treated by a lot of people, and the respect I got for having that fight and not ducking and not leaving the sport, which I was very close to leave the sport without having that fight. A lot of people give us the respect, and it's been good, you know. But I mean, it would have been nice to win the fight. Don't get me wrong, you know. But like I said, you know, when you lose love for the sport and you just want to kind of call it a day, and you kind of had enough and had a tough career, and you think, okay, my time is done now. But you still wanted to give something back, and that was it.
What is life in retirement actually bringing to you then? What are you doing outside of boxing? I'm
doing a lot, you know, I'm got my own TV show with my wife. It's called Meet the Cons. I have just, you will see next year, I have been back somewhere where I've been before, which is one of the UK's biggest TV shows I will be back on. Can't say no names, I'll say no names. I've been there, done it as well. Coogan tried to get it out of me, but I did not tell him where I have been. Remember when I was away for a couple of weeks, no one knows, it was a secret location I went to.
You was in Towie, the only way Sussex.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Don't tell anyone. So yeah, I'll just keep myself busy doing TV work and stuff like that, yeah, so yeah, man.
Was this second experience as enjoyable as the first?
You know what, it was, you know why? Because I had no pressure on me and I knew what to expect. It was fun, honestly. I went in there, had fun, and it was lovely. One of the best experiences I've ever had. And I said it the first time as well. I was so happy that I went in the second time. So yeah, I'm giving too much away now. So
just one final thing I need with the strawberries and cream out again.
What's that? Sorry. I don't like strawberries. I don't eat strawberries and cream. No.
Me, obviously, what else I've got is to get your thoughts on some current boxing topics. Depending on when this is able to go out, Bivol-Ramirez is a reason we're here. But what is your take on that fight?
I think Ramirez is, look, he's a fighter he's got more experience under his belt. He's had 40 fights, undefeated, been in some great wars, but has he been tested yet? Bivol, we know he's been tested, fought the best pound for pound fighters in the world. Canelo, beat Canelo, has a lot of confidence going into this fight, but I still give it a 50-50 fight. Because I think I saw Ramirez train just last week in Dubai. He looked really, really good. He looked strong. I think that a lot of people might be just, you know, they might not think much of him, but I think he could pull an upset off, really. Ramirez, and then you've got other fights like Gervonta Davis now in talks of having that fight with Ryan Garcia, which is a massive fight. Who wins that fight? I like Ryan Garcia, but I lean more towards Tank. I think Tank is the stronger guy, puts punches together well. You know, I think he's the more experienced in my opinion, and knows how to tangle up and work on the inside. Whereas I think Garcia is not really the best inside fighter and leaves himself quite open, even when he's on the outside, you know, with his hands low and stuff. So it's a tough one. That's another good fight there. So yeah, some big fights happening, and you know, and also our friend Crawford fighting against Spence, where there's talks about that fight happening.
Unfortunately, we won't actually see that this year. Terence is fighting David Avanesian.
He's fighting Avanesian instead, but obviously that fight was talked about, and what a fight that would have been. But now Avanesian steps in, which I think is, you know, Avanesian is look, no disrespect, you know, he's not like a grade A fighter like Crawford is. I class him as a B, C, but at the same time, what an opportunity it is for him. Avanesian is not a fighter that's gonna just lie. he's gonna give it a go. You just don't know. At the end of the day, he might have the number to beat Terence, but like I said, no one's ever had that. But let's see what happens. But like I said, it's another number on Terence's card. He needs to see on his record. He needs to keep busy as well because he's been at the ring for some time. But yeah, I wish him all the best, and I'll probably send him a message as well if he needs any not help in sparring. I was gonna say I just don't want to be back in training, but I might just pop into training camp and see them and give them a bit of that, that camp love.
You obviously spent your final camp of your career with Terence. Amir, have you spoken to him at all as to why the Spence fight fell through? He's been very vocal over social media this week.
Look, as anything, whenever there's promoters involved, fights can't happen, and there's been talk about that fight happening for a very long time. You normally negotiate how much money you want. I'm sure both fighters think. I think it would be a 50-50 split. It should be pay-per-view, but then obviously promoters and they have to agree on the weight. If you agree on the glove size, are they going to fight with the 8-ounce gloves or the 10-ounce gloves? Make it very easy, But at the end of the day, they try to make it very complicated, and I think that's what's happened now. It's been very complicated where the fight's not happening. And Terence kind of said, look, I'm not going to do it now because he said yes to everything that was asked and he's agreed to all his terms and still they don't want it. So it seems to me that it's not Terence's, because every time I spent time with Terence in the camp, he's always like, yeah, I want to fight and I can't wait to fight Spence. So I could see he's not scared, but I just feel that Al Heyman or whoever it is making that fight happen, I think it's just going to affect the sport of boxing really because we all want to see that fight.
Sticking with the welterweight division, somebody who you was linked with to fight after the Kell Brook fight is Conor Benn. Now we've obviously had all the news about an adverse finding in one of his VADA tests, which has now become 2 tests, which he's failed. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that entire situation, and as somebody who was linked to a potential fight with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the fight would have happened, but I mean, who knows? But look, I just think that it's just a shame, at such a young age, he was just starting his career up, making it to a top, and then just gets nailed by being caught taking illegal substances. I feel really bad for him because his career was just starting, and he was doing well, started making a name for himself. I like the kid, but it's just a shame that this had to happen.
With kind of sticking with those welterweights, Kell Brook's been rumoured to be making a return. I know you've got kind of a better relationship in retirement now, but would you advise him to step back between the ropes?
Yeah, I mean, look, end of the day, I think Kell's still got another big payday. See, when I think he still has that hunger in him to maybe have 1 or 2 more fights. Maybe not the same kind of hunger that he had when he was fighting me, but if he can make another couple of million quid, why not go in there and just do it? End of the day, it's money for him, his family, and his future.
Chris Eubank Jr, Liam Smith's been spoken about for December 17th for me. If that one gets rubber stamped, what's your take?
My take on that, I like Smith. Smith used to train at our gym with Joe Gallagher. I think that'll be a massive fight because Smith's got that come forward fighter, but it's just that as he's getting older, can he still take them punches, them hard shots to the head? Is his chin gonna hold up to Eubank's power? That's the only thing. But look, I think it'll be a hard fight because Eubank is a fresher fighter, whereas you can see with Smith, he's been to a lot of wars, fighting the likes of Canelo and all that. Never ducked a fight. But like I said, maybe he's just a little bit old for that fight. Fighting a young lion like Eubank might be a little bit of a tough task.
Fury-Chisora 3 December 3rd, not necessarily a fight everybody wanted, but Amir, your thoughts?
Exactly. I mean, look, at the end of the day, credit goes to both fighters, and I think it's another good payday for Chisora. Chisora gets a big payday again. He deserves it. He stepped in, said, yeah, I'll fight the big beast. I'll fight the #1 heavyweight champion of the world and the best heavyweight I think Britain's ever seen. So I just feel that he's put his ball on the plate and said, look, let's have it. Which, even though he's been beaten by Fury twice, he's doing it the 3rd time, thinking that he'll be a little bit better. But like I said, for Fury to take it as well, knowing that he's got all to lose, nothing to gain from this, credit goes to Fury as well.
Azim's fighting November 27th. Will you be going to show your support?
Hopefully I'll be there, yeah, definitely I'll be there. I like Adam, I think he's a brilliant fighter. Both brothers, Adam and his brother Hassan, they're doing really well in this sport, and it's just good that, we've got another young fighter as well. Akif Fayaz today won. So you know, it's just good to see these young Asian fighters coming up. And the Azim brothers are doing really well as well. So I will be there in the UK to support them. Gives me a nice break to get back. Gives me a nice excuse to get back to the UK and have a little break as well. So why not?
And final one, Amir, even though you're not returning to the ring in a professional stance, do you think we may see you in some form of an exhibition at any point?
At the moment, I've always said I want to give myself 12 months doing nothing. After 12 months, let's see, the hunger might come back. But at the moment, the hunger's not coming. The only hunger that comes back is like food. That's about it, really. But nothing else, man. I'm just going to just chill and lay low and just kind of eat and not train. Like, to be honest with you, going to the gym now, enjoying training on things I want to do. Whereas before, I was forced to do stuff. But now I can go in the gym and just do whatever I want to do, you know what I mean? It's fun. I like it. But like I said, I don't want to kill myself. You don't see me doing 10-mile runs or anything hard. It's more enjoyable training.
Well, Amir, it's great to see you in such happy spirits out here. I hope you are enjoying retirement, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much, bro. Nice to see you.